A teacher was accused of putting an autistic child's crayons in hot sauce because the autistic child was eating them and the teacher wanted them to stop. So basically what happened was the teacher was fired when the parents found out about this, but a judge recently said, well, the teacher can have their job back if they want it. There's two sides to this story and you may fall on either one. So let me kind of give each side to it. First, let's give the teacher side. The teacher says, well, look, the autistic child was eating their crayons. I had to take matters into my own hands. I had to take the crayons that the autistic child was eating. I had to soak them in hot sauce for several days and then put them back at the autistic child's desk. So this way, when the autistic child bit into a crayon, it would burn their mouth and they would learn that they shouldn't do that because it's a bad feeling. Crayons supposedly are non-toxic, but still, do you really want your child eating crayons? So the teacher took matters in their own hands, put the hot sauce on there, and supposedly it did work, and the child stopped eating the crayons. So mission accomplished. The question is, was this the right method to take? Here's the parent side of the story. Putting these crayons in hot sauce and allowing my child to put the crayon in their mouth and be burned. What happened was the parents found out about this and they, of course, sued. They said they want him fired. You know, hell to pay. The teacher was fired and the parents said this was not right. This is the wrong thing to do and you can't burn my child's mouth. So the question is, now, back in the old days, back in as early as the 80s, kids at school were spanked, they were slapped, teachers were allowed to hit them with rulers. This stuff happened to me. And the question is you could say that, well, look, this was an autistic child, somebody with a mental problem. Should you do punishment to them? You know, because they don't know what they're doing. You know, so it's like we don't lock up retarded people in jail or prison. Now, if this, you could say, well, if this was a mentally competent child with no learning disabilities or mental problems, could this have been okay to put the hot sauce on the crayons because the child wasn't, you know, autistic? Would it have been all right? But maybe she should have said, look, take the child out of the class until they stop eating crayons, instead of just putting hot sauce on the crayons for the child to eat.